Hello and welcome to the 6th episode of the Destiny Weapon Review. In this episode, we'll be taking a look at the exotic scout rifle, MIDA Multi-Tool. MIDA Multi-Tool is a quick-firing, medium-impact scout rifle. In PvE, it takes 1 to 3 headshots and 2 to 5 body shots to take out low and mid-tier enemies like dregs, vandals, acolytes, and hobgoblins, with more shots required to take out the shielded high-tier enemies. Non-major shielded enemies require 5 shots to remove their shield, with the Fallen Captain requiring 3 to 7 shots to finish off, the Hive Wizard requiring 3 to 7 shots to kill, the Minotaur requiring 7 to the body, and the Centurion requiring 4 to the head or 8 to the body. In PvP, it kills with 4 shots to the head, dealing 52 damage per shot, while requiring 6 shots to kill to the body, dealing 35 damage per shot. 3 headshots and a body shot often does not kill targets. MIDA Multi-Tool's rate of fire is 200 rounds per minute. The rate of fire does not change when you acquire the second bonus on the weapon. Its reload speed is maxed out on the stat bar, reloading in a lightning fast 1.9 seconds. Magazine capacity is high for a medium impact scout rifle at 21, but this can be further upgraded to the scout rifle maximum of 27 with the field scout upgrade selected. MIDA's handling is above average overall, but is average for the scout rifle class. It has great base stability with the weapon kicking up and slightly to the right. Aim time is 200 milliseconds, with weapon swap time averaging out to be around 1 second. Hipfire performance is what you'd expect of a scout rifle, with MIDA having pretty decent hipfire, but you should always seek to aim this weapon whenever possible for the best accuracy. As for the upgrades, the first column features soft ballistics, CQB ballistics, and smart drift control. All of these only provide very small upgrades and will not have a huge effect on the performance of the weapon. The first main bonus on the weapon is Third Eye, which enables vision of the radar while aiming down the sights. In PvP, this is an outstanding bonus for people who like to abuse their radars, while also being decent in PvE for creeping around corners to ensure you're not taken by surprise. The second column features Lightweight, Quick Draw, and Field Scout. Lightweight gives your character +2 agility, Quick Draw reduces the weapon swap time of the weapon when swapping to MIDA by 16%, and Field Scout takes your magazine from 21 to 27 shots, an increase of 28%, while also increasing your reserve capacity from 224 to 297, an increase of 33%. The Lightweight bonus increases movement speed, but not sprinting speed. The second bonus is the aptly named MIDA Multi-Tool, which boosts movement speed and enables the weapon to be fired on a hair trigger. This means that you don't need to press the trigger button down all the way to have a shot fired from the weapon. It's a little hard to tell in these clips, but in this one, the weapon does not have the bonus, so I press the trigger all the way down to fire. In this clip, I do have the bonus, and the weapon fires as I'm about 60 to 70% of the way through pressing the trigger. This lets you have a lighter trigger finger, which enables you to create a better rhythm in firing the weapon. However, this does not increase the rate of fire on the weapon, and if it does, it's only by the smallest amounts and is generally unnoticeable. The movement speed increase only applies to walking speed, not sprinting, much like the agility stat itself and the lightweight bonus. Here's the sprinting example just in case you don't believe me. As for the recommended upgrades, the first column of upgrades matters very little, but smart drift control is always going to be good, even if it is just a slight increase to stability, as range is not very important as a stat right now. You should very rarely see damage drop off in PvP due to map sizes, and only from the longest of ranges in PvE. In the second column, Field Scout will always be good. Quick Draw does not do enough to warrant using, but Lightweight is good for certain encounters like the Abyss encounter in Crota's End, and occasionally in PvP, specifically for Hunters, when combined with a maximum agility build and Radiant Dance machines. The MIDA Multi-Tool is just a good weapon overall. It doesn't do anything remarkable, it is a scout rifle, and scout rifles are good. However, it does take up an exotic slot, and most medium-impact scout rifles, things like another NITC, the Satyrine Rapier, and Fangavir Ute of the Dark Below expansion, especially with Field Scout, I think can replace MIDA for the average player. This is not to say that MIDA is bad in any way, because it is not. It does its job, but there are plenty of other scout rifles of equal power that also do the job very well. It does have the agility utility for something like the Abyss in Crota's End, but it is by no means required to complete the encounter. I also don't think the buff that it got back in December 2014 makes the weapon worth using over a scout rifle I listed earlier, that buff being MIDA rounds now have increased knockback against targets in both PvE and PvP. My biggest problem with MIDA is with regards to 6v6 Crucible, as it did not perform as well as I thought it would. It often felt like I was being outclassed by all other weapons in 1v1 situations. The kick I'd experience from being hit by other players while shooting them threw me off a lot, and I tended to only win gunfights where I got the first shots. I know that there are hunters out there doing full agility builds with MIDA and Radiant Dance Machines, in which I have heard good things. MIDA also seems to perform much better in smaller game modes like 3v3 and 2v2. I know plenty of people have success using MIDA, but it may take a little getting used to, and my issues are probably more of a skill issue than they are a weapon issue. Still, if you're looking for a reliable weapon, the MIDA Multi-Tool is a solid pick. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.